Good morning. Welcome back to the Retirement Report. I'm Hank Parrott, your host. With me, my good friend and special guest, Russ Cook with Russ Cook and Associates over in Brentwood, Tennessee. As I said, Russ is a board-certified estate planning attorney. There are very few, by the way, board-certified estate planning attorneys in the area. This is one of those. Again, it's showing his area of expertise, and that's all he does is estate planning. So if you're looking, and this, by the way, whether you're talking about a modest estate. Sometimes people say, well, I don't know if my estate's big enough to bother with something like this. Well, you know what? One of my philosophy and experience over the years has been, if you've got a small estate, you kind of have to protect it even more if you think about it, don't you? The way you invest, everything is more important. So let's think about it. Let's say you have a few $100,000 or $300,000 to $500,000 or something like that, okay? And you're thinking, you know, do I really need to go to all this trouble? And we're comparing that to someone that's got $3 to $5 million or $10 million more, right? Well, if they lose 10% of their money, is it even going to really affect their life? Okay, but if you do, that could have a very big effect on your life. And that's the thing. Or if you go through a bear market and someone, again, with millions and millions of dollars and they lose 20%, yeah, they're not going to be real happy about it. But in terms of, is it going to change what they're having for dinner that night? Probably not. All right, but this may change whether you have a vacation or whether you feel like you have to, really cut back on your lifestyle and maybe not eat out and those kind of things. So in many ways, planning is even more important to get this right and to protect yourself if you're in that range as well. So, this is one of those areas that I want to say again, if you don't discount yourself out for those reasons. In fact, if anything, count it as a higher priority. Now, here's another part of this. When it comes to, and by the way, when it comes to planning, one of the other areas, if you are in those larger, if you've got, if you're in that 3 to 5 million or 10 million plus range, now all of a sudden tax issues may become even more important, all right? Unless you want the IRS as your beneficiary, okay? If you're saying do no planning, if you love the IRS, if you're thinking I would adopt the IRS and have them as a family member, all you got to do is just avoid planning and you've accomplished that goal, all right? They're going to get a nice chunk of whatever it is you have. If you want to avoid that, if you'd like, you've kind of, maybe a little bit like your kids and your grandkids over the IRS, then planning could be a big help for you, okay? Here's one area too, by the way. Now this is an area that we've talked about ways you can protect children, that whether it's just normal situations to protect them against the normal occurrences in life, if you will, whether they have substance abuse issues and we're looking for those kind of protections. Maybe they're just really bad with money and they need a little help. But another area that's really a different way to use irrevocable trust are what we call special needs trust, special needs children. And this is an area where it works a little different. The protections are really good and essential, in fact, for them. And there's a whole nother level of planning, Russ, that comes in here. So now when you're setting up a trust, you're thinking more about this special needs child, this disabled child, is receiving certain benefits. This could be income payments through Social Security disability. This could be, of course, medical benefits. And a large inheritance or, any kind of inheritance could impact those benefits.
Yeah, and you don't want to jeopardize a child's benefits by giving them a whole lot of assets. Plus the fact that they're probably not able to control these assets either. So what we do when we have clients that might have special needs children is we will go ahead and set up the type of trusts we're talking about, although we'll have an independent trustee who is going to serve the needs of the child. If the independent trustee is not familiar with the child's needs, then we'll encourage the client to write a memo to the independent trustee, or maybe even go so far as to have some sort of advisory committee in place to help with that. But basically, a special needs trust is a trust that gives the trustee complete discretion on how to distribute the assets. And so it's a little different than your typical support trust for a child, because the child, the special needs child, cannot have any ability to influence the trustee on any decision making with respect to trust distributions. And so, because if they do, then what's going to happen is the government's going to say, well, there's an interest there that the child has that could affect their benefits, and then they end up reducing or eliminating their government benefits, which we don't want. And the trustee is obligated to look to all other sources of income for that child. So the modus of the trust is to drive the trustee to get those additional resources first, and then supplement them with whatever assets are in the trust that you can use to supplement those benefits.
This is a great way that you can now enhance the quality of life and the ability to take care of things that are not going to be covered by those kind of benefits. All right, we're going to delve into that. We got to take another quick break. When we come back, though, I want to delve into this just a little bit more and explain how this can work to the benefit of your child, but also how you might utilize this within your family and the importance of it for all concerned. All right, but first, another quick break. Join us here. We'll be right back on the Retirement Report.